What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so those of you who bothered to look at the video yesterday, I mean, I get it, something's not being talked about in the news. Well, why should we really pay attention to this? It's not a certainty there's going to be a big storm. There's a lot of fear mongering out there with weather. I get all of that. That's why I didn't really want to talk about it too much over the last couple of days, because this has been chattered about for quite some time, that there was the potential for a significant hurricane to strike somewhere in the Gulf region in the near future, and it has happened. Yesterday, when I was doing my video, Helene, when I started it, had been classified as a strong tropical storm, but as I did the video, the update had started, it became a hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 80 miles an hour. But the forecasted strengthening that had been largely expected has occurred today. And as of me recording this, the storm now is a deadly Category 4 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 130 miles per hour at gust. I'm assuming to around 155, 160. And I know the maximum sustained winds are 130 miles per hour. And there is likely to be even further strengthening of this storm. Helene is in the loop current in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Water temperatures are extremely warm, and since there is no disruptive wind shear across any portion of the eastern Gulf, there is no reason to believe that this storm will not continue to intensify as it approaches land. Helene is a very large hurricane whose impacts had already been felt when it was still just come off the coast of Yucatan, the Yucatan Peninsula, right? Its effects were already felt in Florida yesterday. The approach of the storm to the Florida Panhandle coast between Apalachicola and Sea Key is a concave coast, meaning that the storm surge is going to be significantly increased because of the shape of the coast that will drive the storm surge into a smaller area as opposed to a regular flat coast. This in turn causes the storm surge to pile up, and you get a much higher storm surge than you normally would with this type of storm. Now, the good news for Tallahassee is that it looks like the worst of the hurricane is going to pass just to your east. Early in the week, it looked like Tallahassee would be under the gun for a direct hit. On the other hand, this is terrible news for the Florida Panhandle between the eastern suburbs of Tallahassee as far east as Lake City. And just across the Florida border, the city of Valdosta looks like it's going to take a direct hit. This will also be the case for much of central and eastern Georgia, mainly along to the east of Interstate 75 south of Macon. Now, usually when these storms go over land, they weaken rather quickly and significantly. However, in this case, there is a major complication that may not cause that normal dramatic weakening. There is a large closed upper low in the jet stream, a bubble of colder than normal air that's located in Missouri and Arkansas. This bubble of cold air is quite large and strong. It can be seen on, in fact, I don't know if it's on this map at all. Is it on this map? No, it's not. It's not on this map. But there is a closed upper low located in Missouri and Arkansas. And according to the meteorologists, it's going to grab the hurricane and pull it back to the north. Currently, Helene is moving north-northeast. Then it will move north-northwest. then northwest, and eventually west over the next 3 days. The interaction of the upper low and the weakening hurricane will allow the core of the hurricane to remain stronger and more intense than usual. As a result of this, a large area of enhanced winds, possibly up to hurricane force, will extend much further inland than normal into eastern Georgia, northwest third of South Carolina, southwest third of North Carolina, and eastern Tennessee. And areas, the northwest third of South Carolina, locations such as Columbia, Greensville, Spartanburg will also probably see winds close to hurricane force for several hours at the height of the storm. And they may also be the case for Charlotte, and winds up to 65 or 70 miles per hour will occur tomorrow in the western third of North Carolina. And this will be locations such as Hickory, Asheville, Boone, and most of the ski resorts. Winds of over 50 miles per hour are possible as far east as Greensboro, such as Winston-Salem, and even in southwestern Virginia, you may see strong winds over 40 miles per hour. There's also expected to be horrible flooding in these regions. Don't know the numbers on that, but it's going to be terrible flooding. In some of these regions, it's already raining from weather events having nothing to do with Helene. And of course, as we know, when these storms move over land, they create tornadoes. Since this storm is going to be a little bit more enhanced than normal, it's a possibility that we may see more tornadoes than normal, and these tornadoes may be stronger than normal. But that's not etched in stone. The rainfall amounts will probably range in the 5 to 10 inch category for the eastern portions of Alabama, all of Georgia, the northwest third of South Carolina, and western 25% of North Carolina. And yeah, this can be bad, man. I hope it's not as bad as it could be. Maybe the storm will break down faster than people are anticipating, but it's looking like this is going to be pretty bad. Okay. I'm not even I don't know what the strongest hurricane is that has hit that area, Panhandle area of Florida, but this is going to be amongst the strongest to ever take a direct hit there. So for those of you in this vicinity, in Georgia, the Western Carolinas, even into the Piedmont area of Virginia, be on the lookout. I guess that would even include eastern parts of Tennessee. Be on the lookout for this storm. So just want to do a quick video. Be on the lookout. Pay attention to your local weather. And if you haven't already, get your non-perishable items, your preferably a NOAA radio, batteries, flashlight, you know the deal. Anyway, tell me what you guys think.